Hey you guys, I'm back for another video here for you. Just wanted to give you guys some update on what's going on here. You're probably wondering where we're at. We are in the San Bernardino Mountains, and we're pretty deep in the mountains. We like to get out here and explore and just get away from hustle and bustle and the animals and all that good stuff. So anyway, one of the topics that I just got recently, I believe on my last post, one of the topics, which is a very good question. How do you find time to rehearse when, just basically rehearse when you have a life of family, responsibilities at home, working 40 hours a week? Let me tell you about that. That's where it gets a little tricky sometimes, but it's possible. All you need to do is just get out there and find little windows to rehearse. And what I find, what I've done, because I do this full time, and so but I also do original music. I've got singles that I put out probably every month, a single or two every month, and just to see if anything goes viral or anybody likes it or try to sell it and make money, which I don't, but that seems to be the case. But anyway, so the time but like you said, when you have a full life, or even if you have kids or girlfriend or wife, whatever, this, that, and the other, and you've got a 40-hour work week on top of it, where do you find time to rehearse? Well, just like I said, little windows. What worked for me when I had a full-time job and was out there, you have to rehearse your set. You got to, whether you have 2 hours or an hour or 3 hours or 4 hours of music, you got to go through those things. You got to go through them and rehearse them and get them pretty decent. And I'm actually the worst person to even really talk about this, because Kim will tell you I very rarely rehearse, but that's only because I've done the songs for quite a while, for a few years. And so you get them embedded, and you just never lose it. I mean, even though you still have to rehearse, but for the beginners out there, and if you've got a 40-hour-a-week work schedule, just find little pockets to rehearse. You only need to rehearse an hour or even a half hour. You can go through a lot of songs in a half hour. You go through them and then next night, whatever, if you can find 20 minutes to a half hour, go through those. And also can get tricky, unless, depending what your setup is. If you have a setup that you're using a lot of gear, a little bit of gear like I do, the TC Helicon, the Beat Buddy, and then your PA, and you want to have rehearsals where you've got all that fired up. It's okay to sit on the bed and go through the songs that way. That's better than nothing, and it's actually really good rehearsing. But sometimes you have to rehearse with your equipment, your gear, and so you know when to hit things and buttons, when to bring harmonies in, and this and that. So you kind of have to rehearse that way as well. So, and that just a matter of finding space. If you don't have space, you're a beginner or whatever. Like I said, just take if you can find a half hour in the evening, and I say evening. If you can only do it in the morning, do it in the morning. But I say evening because I don't know if it's documented anywhere. I think it is. Some scientist, scientifically, you end up soaking stuff in your brain in the evening before you go to bed, and it holds on. Because back in the day, I had a little acting career for like 10 years, so I had to memorize lines and stuff like that. I always did it at night. If I did it in the morning, you kind of going through your day and you kind of forget everything. So I try to rehearse at night. That being said, I just try to rehearse at night because it soaks into your head better, and then you go to sleep with it and your brain starts to rest and it soaks in. So I think it soaks in and holds on a little bit longer memory wise, when you rehearse and go to sleep, rehearse and then, head for bed. So that's my advice on that. You got your weekends too, but I know if you got family, it's hard to get away and put away the time to rehearse, but it's important to rehearse. I mean, you've got to know the songs. And once you're confident with the songs, which brings me to another part of this, is learning new songs. Oh God, it's like every time I bring in a new song, like I just learned a couple of Bruce Springsteen songs, right? And when I put in new songs, I have to rehearse with my equipment, but I can also dry rehearse too. Just sit in the chair and go over the song, keep going over. But you really don't get, and it's like sucks because on new songs, I always get so, I'm not afraid, but I get nervous because I've never done the song in front of people. And so that at that point, but you just got to bite the bullet and do it. You thinking to yourself, oh man, if I do this song now, I haven't done it in front of people, I'm going to butcher it. It's going to be a freaking train wreck. You got to bite the bullet and just do it. It's hard. It's a little hard, but you do it. And then once you start circulating it in your set and do it every time you do a live show and rehearse or whatever, and then that goes away. But yeah, I hate bringing in new songs. I don't, but you have to. I mean, Kim used to complain. He goes, my God, are you doing another song, another new one? I go, well, because for me, when I play, I want to cover it all. And that's another suggestion about rehearsing, and not to switch the subject, but try to have a mixture of songs in your set, or genres in your set. I've got a good amount of country songs. Looking at me, you wouldn't think, but yeah, I got a lot of country songs, and I love country. It's in my roots. I got some rockabilly songs, and that doesn't mean you have to have a shitload of different genres of stuff, but you guys that are just starting off, add 2 or 3 country songs in your set, in your list. That's not very many, and country songs are usually 3-4 chords, right? And it can be anything they want. You stick to the traditional country or whatever. And then also a little R&B, a little soul. I got maybe 3 or 4 songs that are like soul R&B. I do a Marvin Gaye, Mother, and then I do Kim. What's that name of the not the Four Tops? Temptations. I do a couple Temptation songs. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. Some people like that stuff, but anyways, I mean, I do too. I mean, it's just good to have a little bit of mixture, because you new guys that are starting off, honestly, I don't know the new songs in the past 10 years, the new songs that are out there. I really don't. I haven't gotten there. I mean, I don't really listen to stuff because, like I said, when I'm doing my cover stuff on the weekends, during the week, I'm working on my originals. I'm in the studio recording my original song. And actually, there's a tab in the corner if you guys want to check out some of my original songs. I got a couple music videos that I came out with and stuff. But anyways, and also added another tab too. If you guys, you're not obligated by no means, but it's a lot of work doing this. And it doesn't seem like it is, but it is. And I have to take time out and do this, and because my schedule is pretty busy and stuff, but it's just to help support the channel. If you guys want to donate at all, there's a link below and a link in the banner, I think, too. So yeah, if you guys want to help out, anything, any amount, doesn't matter. And but what else I tell you about that? Yeah, so you gotta rehearse, and you gotta find time to rehearse. And but one of the guys on this last video had mentioned that, and I'm going, yeah, that's a good topic. That's a really good topic, because it's important. I mean, if you want your product and you want to sell your product and you want people to listen to you at the clubs and restaurants and bars or whatever, you got to have a product available that's kind of polished. You don't want to go up there half-ass. That's one thing you don't want to do. Don't do it half-ass. Like I was telling you last week, I had a friend that knows like 500 songs, but he knows like one verse and maybe a chorus, and then he just kind of bails out. But you know, when people are drunk or whatever, they're happy with it. But I don't like to roll like that. I like to do the whole damn song, and that's about it. So. And a quick little update, the Moose Lodge that I got the gig at, I'm supposed to be playing this weekend. Well, last week we got an update on the Moose Lodge on Facebook that people got COVID, you know, and they're all people with shots. So everybody, you know, I mean, I know it doesn't cure it or stop it completely, but I mean, people that are jabbed, you know, they're still getting sick and spreading and all that stuff. So anyways, just be careful. Just be careful. So anyways, so they closed the Moose Lodge down, and it was supposed to be just for last weekend, right? Yep. And so now we just heard an update that I'm supposed to be playing this weekend. Well, it was canceled. Damn. So yeah, and I could have used the dough, that's for sure. So anyways, but I'm hoping that we get an update here real soon, because he's got me booked twice a month at the Moose Lodge out there in Fawnskin. So we'll see what happens. My prayers go out to anybody who's gotten the virus. You know, it's just a bad virus that comes down the pike. This is not the first time. It's just become a political virus now. So anyways, but that being said, enough of that. Yeah, so I was booked the 6th and the 20th. Yeah, you still might make the 20th. So it looks like we'll make the 20th. God willing, everything works out fine. I'll be playing on the 20th at the Moose Lodge. And then I've got a lot of stuff in the boilers, which I'll update you on next week. And I'm going to keep trying my hardest to come out once a week with these videos. Who knows? Maybe I might get a hair up my ass and freaking do a couple videos a week. I don't know. But again, I want to say before I leave, thank you all for the support, you know, and believe and letting me share what I know to you guys. You guys have been so wonderful. From the beginners that are just starting off to the pros. We got some pros out there too, and I've been doing it a long time. And you guys rock the house. Period. That's it.
Our next one should be on how to get your girls on board.
Oh yeah, I might do. Kim just brought something to my attention. She said, "How my next episode might be how to get your woman on board." Okay, how to get her to back you up. Yeah, because there's a lot of shitting going on sometimes at these clubs and bars and stuff you play at, and a lot of women want to come up and they want a piece of you. Yeah, and they're drunk. So you got to get your woman on board and do all and do the security. You know, have her carry a billy stick and you know, whack them down if they, you know, try to get up on stage. We got stories about that. Anyway, you guys, God bless you all, and stay safe, and we'll talk to you next week. Ciao.